I'm gonna tell you right now, I've I've loaned every one of my siblings money. I've not been paid back, but I also have the peace of mind of knowing it was
For a
less than
purpose.
$5,000 each,
Okay.
right? And that I'm done because they ain't paid me back from last time.
Mm.
So I'm glad that they got me when they got me, because now I feel like if they were to ask me for money, it would be substantially larger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that goes across the board for every
Yeah.
relationship, you know,
Yeah.
and it's unfortunate. Like it's, you know, it's one of those things where you, before, you know, you come upon that situation, it's not something that you necessarily expect from other people, right?
I also would evaluate like whether it's actually going to help them or not.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because just because somebody is in a bad place, let's say somebody needs to go to rehab, and you can clearly see that rehab's not going to help them. Spending 30 grand sending somebody to rehab that's just going to fail, it doesn't make you a hero. It makes you a dumbass that lost 30 grand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And as badly as that hurts, you know, there are laws in the jungle, bro. And Darwinism is a real thing. So you really have to be able to think for yourself. I think thinking for yourself, truly for yourself and your own thoughts
Yep.
is, and then sticking to those thoughts is one of the most powerful thing any individual can do, because they say it's your gut, but it's really your subconscious picking up all micro expressions, all these different things that
Yep.
you know about said person,
Yep.
and whether you're actually going to be able to help them or not with that money. And I often believe that people that are asking for money in that way, that particular way, if they're not in a position to get that money themselves, the likelihood of them changing or being able to pay you back is absolutely zero. And you're not helping them all. You're really just adding to, what do they call that? Dependent.
Oh, yeah, dependent.
You're enabling them.
Right.
in
And
a
it
lot of
goes,
ways.
yeah, it's like, and it's, I think the reason why people have a hard time like looking at that in relationships close to them, it's easier to look at it like, yeah, that's how homeless people operate.
Right.
Right. But like, if we look at that, you know, in people that are, you know,
Well, it's
closer,
guilt.
yeah.
I think the strongest, especially nowadays, the strongest suppressing weapon on a man particularly is guilt
Okay.
in
What do you mean
every
by that?
direction, whether that be from his wife, from his family, from his church, government.
Right.
It's guilt. A good man would do this. A real man would do this, which is funny because really the man that wins is the man that puts himself first.
Yeah.
It's the guy that puts the air mask on first.
Yep.
You know, that's the guy that actually wins. The guy that thinks he's being selfless most of the time is honestly the fool that ends up angry
Yep.
and upset at what was the asshole that put himself first. I'll tell you right now, the world would look at me as an asshole. Oh, he's an asshole. He does this. He puts himself, but hold on. You need to grow up. When are you going to grow up? Excuse me. What's 200 guys, average of 4 kids? That's 800 people I'm responsible for.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
I need to grow up. You know, like, come
Yeah.
on.
Well, I think
Karen.
yeah, exactly. There's people who don't, because they're not educated financially, I think.
Yep.
They're not aware of what other people are going through. They think it's easy. Right.
Also,
It's
folklore, right?
yeah.
You know, money's bad. People that have money are
That too.
bad.
Yep.
Such a lie.
Bro.
Such a lie. I really hate that whole money's the root of all evil. I just wish that quote didn't fucking exist. What a crock of shit.
Here's the thing. Nobody can get to any level of wealth or riches or whatever by fucking people over all the time.
Correct.
They can't do it consistently, because then they get a reputation. Then there's a trend connected to that person that does not allow them to move forward and be successful.
Right.
Yep.
Some of the best people I know, and even I can say this for myself, I have long lasting relationships with people that trust me because I have not fucked them.
Yep.
Because if something went wrong and it was my fault, I ate it.
Right.
You know, and it's those people that have to work hard and go through struggles and do all these different things. I'm doing a land deal right now
Yeah.
with a guy that I used to buy buildings from. He worked at American Buildings Company. I flipped him $1 million on a land deal for 6 months. I'm going to get back 125 grand. Just bam. I have not done shit on this project, you know, but I know he's going to give me my money back.
Right.
And of course, contractually, I'll take the property over.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I'm first lien holder, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I got that deal based off of trust. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
I was able, like, this guy, me and this guy have a relationship that's over 10 years.
Yeah.
that's when you really get, and that again, it goes back to staying like water the same plant.
Yep.
Because construction and real estate, like that's where my people are. So why would I leave that and go learn crypto when I can just come talk to you fuckers?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, right? So, I mean, let's do a little bit of that too, right? Like, so like,
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%. It's like,
And the same vice versa.
It's the same
Yeah,
the other
exactly.
way too. Like, there's a bunch of stuff, right, that you know that we don't, and we're like,
Right.
hey, what's up about that, right? It's
And
great.
exactly. It seems like last year he was going to invest in a deal with me in
Yes.
Pahrump.
Yeah, yeah.
And I called him and I said, hey, listen, man, I don't think I'm going to do that deal.
Yeah.
Here's why. And look, it's in an opportunity zone, and they're going to do a lot of cool stuff. I just don't like the deal.
Right.
You know, and there's no fucking way that I'm going to have him put his money in a deal that I don't like.
Yep.
And for that reason, keep your money. Let's wait until there's one we're going to get a W on.
Yep.
And so, you know, and that's another thing too, is I think you can build a lot of trust with an individual the day you pass on a deal.
Yeah, that's true.
That tells you so much about a man. If you're sitting there willing to give him your money, and he comes to you and he says, hey, listen, I'd love to take your money. However, I don't think this is going to be a win.
Yep.
Yeah.
Keep it.
Yeah, it's massively important for a
You'll
relationship.
give him 2x next time.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yep.
don't you want to be that guy?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The guy that you're like, man, that I trust him.
Right.
Yeah, and
Because
that's
if
what
you have that, you have speed.
Yeah, in every relationship, that's what you want, but especially in business and especially in money,
Yep.
right? Because if you can't have that, you can't do business. Or at least if you do business, it's only transactional, and that's
Everything you
good.
need to know about a man can be determined over women and money.
Mm.
I don't want anybody that's not in abundance of both, because I
Mm.
think they'll snake you.
yeah,
Like I say, it's not a bad man I'll worry about. It's a desperate man.
yeah,
You know, a bad man can want to do bad things, but not even have the integrity or the work ethic to go do them.
Mm.
A desperate man is in a position where he's starving to death.
flailing,
Yeah.
yeah,
And he'll do anything to survive. And that's what I find to be more dangerous. There's plenty of bad men that never hurt anybody because they're too fucking lazy.
yeah,
There's plenty of desperate men that, you know, X'd people because they had to.
yeah, kind of like a cornered animal.
Right.
Yep.
And that's why I think ethics are so important, like personal ethics, like in who you are, because what happens is you go from being a bad man who's lazy that transitions into a desperate man.
Right.
That is dangerous.
Okay.
You know, and so it's over time not doing the shit you need to do, where you have to be like, oh man, you know, I could have learned crypto, I could have learned how to invest in Hex, or I could have watched, you know, these guys' shows and learned how to place my money correctly, but I didn't because I was kind of lazy. So now I'm going to create a product and rug pull it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he had lack of ethics to do what he was supposed to do
Right.
Yep.
and build the competencies he was supposed to build. So when he got to the end of that cycle, he realized he was in trouble, and so he had to hurt people instead of just earn it honest.